makes my blood boil, this rush I want to open my mouth and roar. I already told you I'm the whole family's Washingching, yet you still dare do this to me. May I ask which young Master Yan you are? Yan Ka. So it is young Lord Ka. He really came. It's young Master. He raced through the night all alone, to save our bamboo knot game, and he succeeded. Young Lord Kai, can you release the young Master first before we speak? Don't worry, we won't make any more moves against you. Fuck, so young. Just how old are you? Hey, this young lord is talking to you. Let's talk about the situation here. Young Master, as you wish, young Lord Kai, we old men are listening. Pang Chi. Young Lord. Investigate the casualties. Among our members, 68 people died, and 189 are injured. Name your price, I'll compensate you for it. 50,000 for each of the dead, 10,000 for each wounded. You can pay in silvers, medicinal herbs, refining materials, or precious treasures. You want to extort me? Young Lord Kai, isn't this price too expensive? No discussions. I refuse. You think you have the right to bargain with me? This smell, floral? HM? Pew pew pew. Young Lord. What did you do, our master? Do you dare to kill me? You dare, I can let you lie in bed for half a year or so. Young Lord KL, we admit defeat. We will compensate you according to what you said. Please release the young masters first. Don't try my patience any further. Absolutely. I previously reached a bottleneck in my cultivation. Under the pressure of you two, I seem to have loosened this bottleneck. How did that happen? He loosened his bottleneck? It is important for the young lord to focus on his breakthrough. You don't have to worry about things here. This was all a result of my family's young master's boredom. We two elders will handle it. Both sides had suffered multiple injuries and deaths, all because one young master's entertainment seeking. In the eyes of these big family young masters, our lives really were worthless. Good, I will take my leave. Yan Kai. Are you going to participate in the inheritance war? Yes. Good, good, good. Must you wait? I'll remember you. I'll definitely participate as well. Interesting, too interesting. You master, please restrain your anger. As long as he intends to participate in the inheritance war, he will inevitably appear before you again. At that time, he will know that having offended you today was not a wise move. You don't need to say any more, I'm not angry. In fact, I haven't been this happy in a long time. These kinds of small fights have really become boring. They can't satisfy this young master's appetite anymore. Right, how much money do you have on you? It's not a good feeling owing others money. After an hour, the shackles which weighed Yan Kai down finally broke and his surging true Ka slowly subsided, his cultivation advancing another step forward. True Element Boundary 8th Stage. 5-colored soul-warming lotus. Since I obtained it, I had never seen this miraculous treasure again, although I knew it existed somewhere in my mind and had constantly been moistening my divine sense. I have the divine sense intensity of an Immortal Ascension Boundary 9th Stage Master while only having a True Element Boundary cultivation. If I could really break through to the Immortal Ascension Boundary, just how much would my spiritual energy be enhanced after my knowledge sea is formed? The next day. Subordinate greets the young lord. Why are your Profound Light Gang people here? Respond to young Lord's Kai. From now on, the Profound Light Gang belongs to the young lord and will obey any order issued to us. What happened? Young lord, it's like this, only several 100,000 silvers? Take every piece of silver out and give it to that brat. You master, you can't. These silvers belong to the part rich. Do you not fear him? I'm afraid. Do you think I can't afford it? Young Master was Shingchen famous for his wealth, so why bother with this trivial thing? If you don't have the money right now, it can be taken as a debt. You don't have to pay right now. You can take your leave first, young master. No, you misunderstood, young master. How dare you look down upon me? You all from Profound Light Gang, from now on all of you will serve Yan Kai. What? Young Master. The Profound Light Gang had more than 1,000 members and was also known as my personal force. I will give the Profound Ling Gang to Yan Kai as compensation. That should be enough. Yan Kai will be your master from today. All of you just wait and see how I kill him in the future when he fights in the Inheritance War, ha ha ha. So this is what happened. Young Master Kai. In fact, young Lord Hood doing this isn't a loss for the young Lord. Oh? How so? The Profound Light Gang has accumulated a lot of wealth in recent years. If you were to collect all of it, it would be more than enough to compensate for last night's damages. How much exactly? A couple million or so. Right, there are also a number of precious treasures young Lord rewarded us with over the years. How does your Profound Light Gang compare with the rest of the Central Capital's small forces? Somewhere around the middle, not too big yet not too small. What if you were to unite together with the Bamboo Knot Gang? Definitely among the top 15 forces. Good, from now on there will be no more Profound Light Gang. This man will be your deputy in the future. Yes. I want you to get familiarize yourselves with each other as soon as possible, and then start nibbling away at the other small forces in the region. Is this appropriate? The Bamboo Knot Gang had never made aggressive moves towards its neighbor, only focusing on self-defense if we are told to become conquerors. What do you think? There's nothing wrong with following the law of the jungle. Last night, if young Lord Kai hadn't carved open the path with his blade, the Bamboo Knot Gang would have disappeared. In the Central Capital, battle between these small forces isn't uncommon. Peng-Chi, your mentality is too rigid. It seems like your Profound Light Gang often does this kind of thing. We mainly accompanied young Lord Hua to relieve his boredom. So far, we've annexed 2 forces, but I've already inquired about which forces can be eaten around here. We were just waiting for a day when young Lord Hua was bored again before leading him to watch the fawn. Haha, with Brother Moo's help, I'm certain we can annex the local forces. Very good. As for the wealth you collect, leave a portion for your own development. The rest should be used to purchase alchemy and artifact refining materials of at least Earth-grade top-rank quality. Yes. Young Master is preparing for the Inheritance War. Young Master, this matter cannot be delayed, and there is much to be discussed for the upcoming campaign. We will take our leave first. I hadn't expected Hu Xingchen to act so decisively. However, it was true that this isn't a loss for me. The number of people I could deploy as henchmen had increased, and in the future, disaster it would only continue to snowball. Young Master, the Master has instructed you to see him in his study upon your return. Understood. I can't think of why the father suddenly wanted to discuss something with me. You don't have to worry, Kyer should be back soon. You're his mother. How come you didn't know your son had left the house? You didn't know either. How can you suddenly try to blame others? Don't speak so unreasonably. These 2 voices. Kyer? Little brat, where did you run off to last night? Actually staying out all night without saying a word to us. Do you know how worried your father and I were? What are you sniffing for? To see whether he was out drinking last night. Fortunately, there's no smell of alcohol or any perfume. Don't make trouble. We have guests after all. Little Lord. Sit down. The little old had actually broken through again to reach the true element boundary 8th stage. Wasn't it less than 2 months ago that he had his last breakthrough? When we first met, we only thought that the little Lord's aptitude wasn't bad. Now it appeared that it was far more than just not bad. Why was it rumored that he only managed to last half a day in the dragon transformation pond? Kyer, you sit too. There are some things we need to discuss with you. First off, let me tell you that yesterday, the Elder Hall released an edict about the upcoming Inheritance War. It's good news. For this Inheritance War, the Blood Warrior Hall will be involved. Each member was an elite among elite, all of them basically high-level immortal ascension boundary masters who could even fight against cultivators who exceeded them by a minor realm. With the participation of the Blood Warriors, it would be a lot easier to win the Inheritance War. This is good news. Why is everyone frowning from this good news? It am indeed a good thing, but the Elder Hall has also decreed that although the Blood Warriors will participate in the inheritance war, their mission will be limited to safeguarding the security of the young lords and cannot be used for other métis. What that means is, they can only passively counterattack and can't take the initiative to attack, right? And the Blood Warriors' strength is too strong. If they were allowed to proactively attack, they could solve most opponents single-handedly. I understand. What do we need to do in order to recruit help from the Blood Warriors? The condition for obtaining a Blood Warrior is that you must deliver a certain amount of benefits to the family, for example, the secret arts and martial skills you learned in the sect these past few years. The more things you contribute, the stronger and more powerful the Blood Warrior you can receive. Although each Blood Warrior was very powerful, there were still differences in strength between them. Tu Feng and Tang Yuxian are relatively powerful among the Blood Warrior Hall's members. Additionally, everyone may only receive 2 Blood Warriors. But above them there were a number of others who still exceeded them, the strongest of course having reached the Immortal Ascension Boundary 9th stage. Hey, are you worried that I don't have enough to exchange in order to receive 2 Blood Warriors? You had only been outside for a few years. How much more besides that mysterious grade martial skill could you possibly have obtained? You don't have to worry about that. I'm already prepared. Do you want to use that thing? This child. Just how many secrets is he hiding? Tu Feng, Yuxian, it seems that we'll be working together once more. 2 of you, why do you have such bitter expressions? Kair, it's not what you think, don't misunderstanding. Yes, son, don't talk like this. In private I have a good friendship with Yuxian. We often discuss about martial skills and cultivation techniques together. When I knew she was one of the pair which had brought you home this time, I was very happy. I had never seen my son having such an expression. Before he had been a clever and obedient son. Why are you yelling so loud? At least listen to what we have to say first. He had already matured into a young man. If I really had a misunderstanding, I would have sent them out rather than say anything. Though, I still want you to give me an explanation. It is not that I and Yuxian don't wish to serve the young lord. If it were possible, the 2 of us wished we could pledge our lives to the little lord, to follow you through from this day, till the end of our days. Pledge their lives. What? Something I was incapable of achieving. My son had easily done it. Tu Feng declared his intent to become my son's servant, and Tang Yuxian also didn't refute either. Alas, I am too old right now, I can't compare myself with my son. No wonder Tu Feng and Tang Yuxian had so anxiously arrived at the house when the Elder Hall had made their decree. In this case, even if Capper doesn't win the inheritance war, his future in the Yang family will be promising. What's the reason? What is preventing you from displaying your loyalty to me? It's not that we don't want to. It's just that, there's something we need to ask of Little Lord. We shouldn't trouble Little Lord with this matter, but there isn't anyone else we can turn to, so we've shamelessly come to ask. We only hope that Little Lord won't take offense. Get up. What exactly do you want to ask? We've just finished explaining the matter to the 4th Master. This servant is a bit sloppy with his words, so I believe it best to let 4th Master explain. Kair, do you know how many of your brothers are back in the central capital now? I have an idea. Then are you aware of your 4th brother Yang Xin Wu's situation? I've heard about it. Yang Xin Wu, the 4th oldest among the current Yang family's younger generation, was ambushed on the way back to the central capital. And now he is seriously injured. The 2 Blood Warriors who had been escorting him had both activated their Mad Tyrant blood skill and fought hard but still failed to protect him. The 2 Blood Warriors hastily brought Yang Xin Wu back to the family to heal, but his condition only continued to deteriorate. No matter what precious medicines were used, there wasn't the slightest improvement, and then, a few days ago, he finally succumbed to his injuries and died. So far, of Yang family direct descendants who had returned to the central capital, 5 of them had suffered ambushes. In addition to myself, there was also Yang Wei, Yang Kong, and Yang Ying. However, all four of them had come out relatively unharmed. In fact, apart from Yang Kang and Yang Ying, who received some minor injuries, Yang Wei and myself were completely unscathed. Unfortunately, the same was not true for Yang Xi and Wu. The inheritance war had yet to begin, but already one of the Yang family's young lords had fallen. This was an unprecedented event, something that had never happened before. The entire Yang family is enraged at this development, swearing that they would find culprit and destroy all 9 generations of their family. The reason why Tu Feng and Tang Yuxian came to you this time was precisely because of the 2 blood warriors who had been tasked with guarding Yang Xi and Wu. Does the family want to execute them? The family doesn't have such intentions. After all, both of them gave their all, even ended up severely injured to the point that they still haven't healed until now. They did not dishonor the blood warriors, so the family naturally wouldn't sentence them to death. Every blood warrior is not easy to cultivate, and their loyalty to the Yang family is unquestionable. As long as the Elder Hall hadn't lost their minds, it would be impossible to kill 2 blood warriors over such an incident. But punishment for this failure can't be avoided. Our 2 brothers hadn't yet recovered from their wounds when they were sentenced to 100 lashings. This led to a countless number of their meridians being shattered, and this life their achievements will likely stop here. Some time ago, I suffered 30 such lashes and was bedridden for a few months. Trying not to laugh. They failed to protect the 4th young lord, which greatly depressed them. Now something like this happened. Our 2 brothers, they've become disheartened. They can't even withstand such a blow? What use are blood warriors then? Kyr, you don't understand the depths of the blood warriors' loyalty to the family. They haven't become disheartened because their cultivation cannot improve again. What they are upset about is the death of your 4th brother. They feel like they have disappointed the family which so vigorously cultivated them. If your 4th brother hadn't died, they may be better, but now, perhaps I've underestimated the dedication of the blood warriors. What is it that you want to ask of me? Do you want me to heal those 2? I don't have such great skill. No, Yuxian, and I want to ask the little lord to elect our 2 brothers to fight for you in the upcoming inheritance war. Why? Although they haven't said as much, but we can feel that if for this inheritance war, if no young lord chooses them, the 2 of them will destroy their cultivations as an apology to the family before secluding themselves in the mountains. Bullshit! The family has spent so much money and resources to allow them to reach their present cultivation, and now they want to cripple themselves? Since the blood warriors proclaim absolute loyalty to the Yang family, their cultivation also belongs to the Yang families. It's not up to them whether they can waste themselves or not. Does that mean the little lord is willing to use them? When did I say that? As long as they feel that they are still useful, they will not be so pessimistic. Though we know this is a shameless request, of the young lords of this generation, the only one Yuxian and I are familiar with is the little lord. The other blood warriors and other young lords haven't exchanged many words, so for such a favor, we can only ask little lord. Who made you blood warriors all have eyes on top of your heads, each of you acting aloof and indifferent to everyone else? The other young lords simply didn't have the ability to gain our acknowledgement. Capper got Tu Feng and Tang Yuxian's acknowledgement? What? Little lord. Tap. If I say, I don't want to use them, little lord's consideration is enough. At least I will know that little lord prefers to have Yuxian and I serve you. This is an honor for both of us. Are you willing to become my enemies? We hope such a day will never come. You should pray hard that you aren't chosen by my brothers, but even if you are chosen by them, I will definitely take you back. Disaster sours over cloud. Does that mean little lord is willing? Actually, I've never met these 2 before and would not have preferred to do this, but since you 2 have come here in person to ask this of me, I am willing to accept your request. On behalf of the entire Blood Warrior Hall, we thank the little lord. Thank you, little lord. Go back. Tomorrow, I will handle things at the Elder Hall. Yes. Little lord, although our 2 brothers are now seriously injured and cannot provide you with much help, but their original aptitudes are both superb. Oh? How are they compared to you? Both of them are better than us. Hall Master once said that if they had enough opportunities, it was very likely they could break through to the above immortal ascension boundary. Within subordinate will take his leave. I've heard the names of those two before. It is said that they have the best aptitude among all the blood warriors in the Blood Warrior Hall. If they are allowed to quit because of this incident and seclude themselves in the mountains, it would be a great loss to the Yang family. Father, your words are a bit much. Even if the Yang family suffered a loss or not, it doesn't matter to me. But I still hope that Tu Feng and Yu Xian will follow when the time comes. After all, we're already familiar with each other. I understand, but Kair, this time you've made a big profit. Profit? What profit? You father and son stop acting mysteriously. Hasn't our son just suffered a big loss? Excepting two blood warriors who were both seriously injured and couldn't help Yang Kai in the short term, even if they managed to recover, they wouldn't necessarily provide more help to Capper than Tu Feng and Tang Yuxian. Please explain things to Mother. I have to go back and prepare. I'll visit the Elder Hall tomorrow. Good, go on. He sure has grown. My son really has grown lipid, whether it was his thoughts or his means. They were already much stronger than my own when I was his age. On top of that, he had so many magical things on his body, it is really difficult to imagine just what he had experienced these past few years. HM? What exactly here? Okay. In theory, they are brave, have better aptitude, and even stronger than other blood warriors. Yang Family Elder Hall. These are the treasures I got from the expedition with my master. This piece of jade is also a gift from empror. Yang Jin, one of the leaders of the Elder Hall. All of these things were harvested by this humble one. Waste. You spent all these years outside but can only bring back this trash to my Yang family? You want to trade these pieces of garbage for the services of a blood warrior? You must think I've become senile with old age. Go back. I'll take down what you've brought back with you, but know that it is not enough to have any one of the blood warriors follow you. When you have enough merits you may return to speak with us again, but with the inheritance war about to begin, I'm afraid you won't have time to prepare any. For this inheritance war, you should give up as soon as possible to avoid embarrassing yourself. If I say it's not enough, then it is not enough. Roll out. Ah, damn it, at this age he still takes others for granted. Isn't he just one-off the leader of the Elder Hall? Just give me some time in more or less 30 years. Phew. Yang Tai, Yang Kai's third brother. Not everyone from the Yang family can become an elite. Seems third brother didn't have enough. Second brother. Brother Kai? Eldest brother. The Yang family younger generation's only immortal ascension boundary cultivator Yang Wei, Brother Kai. I haven't seen you for a few years, and yet you've grown up to this point. He only reached the true element 8 stage. Wait, just 5 or 6 years ago, he. The little brother couldn't even cultivate. He was no better than an ordinary mortal with no strength to speak of, but now, after so short a time, he had reached the true element boundary 8 stag. Although this realm was still lower than my own, the time my youngest brother had cultivated for was 8 or more years shorter as well. With such shocking cultivation speed, if I gave him some time, he would certainly surpass me one day. Has little brother also come to exchange some merits? There's no choice, the family said to come, so I have to come. Ha ha! Why else do you think the family has so much in storage? It's all things we've stolen from outside. Everything belongs to the family. One day you'll be able to use it for yourself. Yes, eldest brother is right. Are you going to exchange for the 2 blood warriors that brought you back? I saw that they treated you quite well. I have other candidates in mind. 5th brother? Why isn't 5th brother with you? With me here, do you think he dares to appear? I'm going ahead. Eldest brother is out. Eldest brother still doesn't like talking much, even though the rest of us brothers want to be closer to him. It's just his character, no nonsense, no tricks or schemes. What he said was what he meant. Living such a life must be liberating. Well, 2nd brother will be going next. Wait here for a bit. Ha, go ahead. After 10 minutes. Ha, that brat is here. Greetings, elder. Little brat, I remember you. Last time you were here you exchanged a mysterious grade martial skill for ownership of a golden feather eagle. Yes. Do you regret it? Ha. This old master knows you must regret it. Using a mysterious grade martial skill to trade for an only slightly useful monster beast, you really lost money on that. That skill could have been used to have a blood warrior serve you. I don't regret it, and even if I did it wouldn't change anything, it would only add to Elder's troubles. Dead Duck's mouth is hard. Then let's see what you've brought to offer. I hope you can surprise me this time as well. Speak, how many blood warriors are you here to obtain? 2, since we can only receive 2 then of course I must obtain 2. 2? Are you serious? Is that brat crazy? No, I think he might have something to back up his words. How can that be? You know what the family rules are. I know you want not a blood warrior to serve them, they must offer a mysterious grade martial skill at the least. I want 2 blood warriors, so I must offer 2 mysterious grade martial skill or something of equal value. Impossible. Mysterious grade martial skill are not some garbage. From the looks of his expression, it does seem like he really has another mysterious grade martial skill. Master, don't listen to this brat's bragging. You need to give him a lesson even more harsh than Yang Tai. Then let's talk about your chips. This old master will evaluate whether or not what you've brought to us can be exchanged for 2 blood warriors. Pew. What kind of expression is this? What exactly could provoke such a response from him? What exactly is recorded in these? Little brat, come here. Disciple obeys. What are these? You don't even know what they are yet you're so interested in them? Right. Yes. 2 spirit arrays. Bloody hell. This old master isn't a fool. Of course I know these are spirit arrays, what I'm asking is what these spirit arrays are for. Spirit arrays used for alchemy. These things are used for alchemy? Alchemy indeed uses a lot of spirit arrays. This old man has also seen many of them, but none of them come even close to the complexity of these spirit arrays. If one wanted to portray this kind of spirit array on a pill stove, it would be rather cumbersome, and would cost an alchemist more spiritual energy and true chi than normal. Are you sure these 2 spirit arrays are useful? One of them can improve the success rate of alchemy refinement. In other words, if an alchemist's chance to successfully refine a pill is only 60%, then by employing this spirit array, their success rate will improve to 90%. The average alchemist would often have a 60 to 70% success rate. This meant that for every 10 sets of alchemy materials, they could only refine 6 or 7 pills. Elite alchemists could achieve around an 80% success rate. If this spirit array really could improve the chances of successfully refining a pill by 30%, didn't that mean that an elite alchemist who used this spirit array could guarantee a 100% chance of success? Over the months and years, how much material could be saved? How much time and energy could be saved? What about the other one? This one gives a certain chance to improve the quality of a pill. What do you mean? If one were to be refining a heaven-grade mid-rank pill by using this spirit array, there is a possibility that the end result will be a heaven-grade top-rank pill. This chance isn't that great, but it is a chance nonetheless. What if we were to refine a mysterious grade top-rank pill using this spirit array? If their luck is good, a spirit-grade pill will appear. Spirit grade. Little brat, do you know what kind of punishment awaits you if you lying to the Elder Hall? Even if you are a direct descendant of the Yang family, if you dare try to deceive us, I'll make sure you die without burial right here, right now. All you need to do is to get someone to verify it and you will know if I'm lying or not. Very well. Go call Cheng Bailiang from the Alchemy Hall. Yes. Xiao Fu Sheg is the best top-ranked mysterious grade alchemist. But compared to Xiao Fu Chen, Cheng Bailiang is still lacking, but he is also a famous alchemy master around the world. Brat, it's still not too late to say the truth. When Cheng Bailian comes here gives his opinion, this old master won't spare you. Elder Zhen, I gave you these 2 spirit arrays not because I just want 2 blood warriors to follow me. I also wish to give these arrays to the Yang family so everyone in the family can enjoy the benefits. After all, this is the place where I was born. If I only wanted 2 blood warriors, a single one of these spirit arrays would be more than enough for that. There was no need to give you both of them, and as for their values, I believe Elder Zhen will find that out soon. You are right, maybe this old master is being overly cautious, but we will soon know how valuable they are. You can't fake what's real. What are you doing? Idiot, do you not see that I was in the middle of something important? Yang Zhen. Do you know what you've done? This old master was refining a Xianqing pill when you summoned me. This old master was at a critical moment in the refining process when I was disturbed. You better compensate me for that furnace worth of material, or this old master swears he won't give your Yang family any pills for 3 months. Fine, I'll compensate you. That was a heaven-grade top-rank pill. Although it wasn't too expensive, it had cost this old master a lot of thought and effort, but seeing you act appropriately enough, 500,000 will do. Let's stop talking about this for now. We need to discuss the reason as to your summon. I heard about it on the way. You say these 2 spirit arrays were brought back by this little brat? Yes, I want you to see if these things are really useful. This old master has pursued the alchemist way for many years and has studied a great number of spirit arrays, but never once have I heard of such a magical spirit array. It seems that you've grown more confused as the years pass by, actually being so easily deceived. Now that you've been tricked, you want to drag this old master into the muddy water. If this were to spread out, what face would you have left? Enough nonsense, just take a look. If this brat really was lying to me, I would absolutely not let him off lightly. So how valuable are they? How could this be? What happened? At such an age, getting so excited about something after merely a glance, please have some self-respect. Little brat, this spirit array, where did you get it? Medicine King's Valley, Hidden Cloud Peak. I knew it. What is your relationship with Grandmaster Xiao? Nothing much, I just stayed on Hidden Cloud Peak for about 2 months. So you stole this spirit array? Grandmaster Xiao taught it to me. Good. Alchemy techniques can't be stolen, definitely not, but since the Grandmaster taught you, then it's all right. These 2 spirit arrays that Elder Zhen couldn't identify seem to have a big background. Does Senior recognize this spirit array? Damn it, tell us already. 30 years ago, at Medicine King's Valley's Alchemy Summit, I had the privilege of studying this spirit array once, but at the time it was only a half-completed product. For that time's Alchemy Summit, many geniuses came forth competed against one another. This old master passed through many trials and defeated dozens of opponents, advancing all the way to the finals, but in the end, I myself was defeated at the hands of another. That man was Xiao Fusheng. Grandmaster Xiao is a genius, born for the alchemist way. Losing to him was not shameful in the slightest. What is so good about sitting in one place and watch the fire burn? The best young alchemists at that summit were given the privilege of visiting Pill Saint's Peak to pay tribute to the Pill Saint's portrait and ponder the alchemist way. Xiao Fusheng and I mounted Pill Saint's Peak together, and it was there that we both saw the half-completed version of this spirit array. This old master's only regret was not being able to see its full form. After that, I came to the Yang family while Xiao Fusheng entered Medicine King's Valley. Over the past 30 years, I have corresponded with Grandmaster Xiao often, and whenever I had free time, would go to Medicine King's Valley to study that half-completed spirit array with him, try and complete it, but after 3 decades I still couldn't succeed. When the Ash-Gray Cloud Evil Land attacked Medicine King's Valley and destroyed the Pill Saint's portrait, this old master thought that in this lifetime he would never have a chance to see this complete spirit array. Never did I expect, ha. My wish came true. Xiao Fusheng is indeed Xiao Fusheng, always one step ahead of this old master. Never did I expect that he had already completed this spirit array. This old master truly cannot compare to the world's greatest alchemist. His name is truly deserved. Yes, you've said enough 17 already. Just tell us, are these 2 spirit arrays of any use? Nonsense. How could they be useless? This is a spirit array from the Pill Saint's portrait, a treasure left behind by the Pill Saint himself. Of course it's useful. Then its value? Immeasurable. The number of merits they are worth is high life. Even Elder Jin wouldn't quite know how he should reward Yan Kai with. I'll take these spirit arrays back with them. This old master must study them well. Good, take them with you, but remember not to let them leak out. You know the Yang family's rules. This old master has been in the Yang family for 30 years now. How could I not understand the family's rules? Boy, what is your name? Yang Kai. Good. This old master will remember you. When I have time I will invite you to my home to drink tea. Ha, take care now, little brat. Cheng Bailian had invited a junior to his home to drink tea. What kind of blessing Yan Kai had received? He could actually converse with characters like Xiao Fuxing and personally be taught 2 extraordinary spirit arrays by him. Elder Zhen, the validity of my offering has been proven. Can I exchange for 2 blood warriors now? Good. But this old master must first remind you, depending on the strength of the blood warrior, the merits you'll need to exchange for their services are different. Then, what kind of blood warrior can I receive with my current merits? With your merits, among the masters from the Blood Warrior Hall, you can choose any of them, including the Hall Master and Deputy Hall Master and Deputy Hall Master. Yes, those 2 both stand at the very apex of the immortal ascension boundary. If you have the 2 of them to guard you, no one should be able to get close to you in this inheritance war. I don't want them. If you don't want them, who do you want? The blood warriors I want are Chu Gao-yi and Ing Jiao. Chu Gao-yi and Ing Jiao were originally the 2 best blood warriors in the Blood Warrior Hall in terms of aptitude, but those 2 have been heavily injured. Are you sure you want them? Yes. Interesting. Your appetite is quite big. Since you want, then I will give them to you. I want to see just what kind of storm you can kick up by using those 2 for the lake store. Aren't picking up a stone just to smash your own foot. Haha, don't regret it later. Take this to the Blood Warrior Hall. Many thanks, Elder Zhen. Good, after choosing those 2 blood warriors, you still have a lot of merits left. What else do you want to exchange for? For the inheritance war you can never do too much preparation. How many merits do I have left? A lot. In that case I'll exchange all of them for alchemy and artifact refining materials, at least heaven grade low rank, preferably mysterious grade. I'll help you prepare the materials and have someone deliver them to your home. Many thanks for your effort, Elder Zhen. Disciple will take his leave. Brat, don't lose too early in the inheritance war. That will make this old master disappointed. Lose? Elder Zhen shouldn't worry, just sit back and watch. Yang Zhen, that kid is gambling too much. If his bet doesn't pay off, it'll be his doom. Cocky brat. The entire inheritance war is a gamble. Do you think those other kids didn't see this opportunity? No. It's just that none of them dared to make such a decision. Only he dared to. Although in the short term I can't see him having any great results, at least he has already made a head start on the Blood Warrior Hall. This little brat from Fourth Brother's house is bold and decisive. He suits my Yang family style perfectly. Ha, ha. I'll sit back and enjoy the show. Pew, pew, pew. Blood Warrior Hall's Hall Master, Fengsheng, a peak Immortal Ascension Boundary Master. Is that him? It's him, it's the little lord. Peak Immortal Ascension Boundary, a casual brush of the opposite party's hand would be enough to kill me. In one strike. This boy dressed casually, without any expensive robes, even simpler compared to many young kids from average families. He was very young, probably no more than 18 years old, but his cultivation had reached the true element boundary 8th stage. This is Murderous aura. It could only be obtained through killing a great deal of people. Little Lord, this is our Hall Master. Feng Sheng. So it is Hall Master Feng. Little Lord. In order to receive blood warriors from the Hall, please show the documents issued by the Elder Hall. Please take a look at it, Hall Master Feng. Young Lord Kai, please come in. Little Lord, I have never seen Hall Masters so talkative. Several other young lords came before you, but Hall Master didn't even glance at them, much less speak. It seems that Hall Master has a good impression of you. It seems that my personality is a little praiseworthy. It is not a little. Little Lord being willing to use our two brothers has earned the entire Blood Warrior Hall's thanks. Is it really that serious? Blood Warrior Hall's debut Hall Master is Joe Boundary Master. Each one of these people is a powerful master that radiated an invincible aura. Both the men and women had strong cultivation, the lowest 10 having at least reached the Immortal Ascension Boundary 5th stage. Little Lord? Good, this boy can maintain his stance in this instance pressure. Joe Feng, on behalf of the entire Blood Warrior Hall, pays respect to young Lord Kai. Many thanks, young Lord Kai. You two are Chu Gao Yi and Ing Jiao? Subordinate Chu Gao Yi. Subordinate Ing Jiao greets the little lord. Get up, since you are my people now, then I will have you prove with your actions that my choice was not wrong. Everyone. If any of you become my enemies in the future, this young lord will not show mercy. It should be. Let's go. After today, when these blood warriors met again, perhaps they would be speaking with their fists and swords, paving the way forward of the Yang family's next generation with their own blood. All of them understood. Young Lord Kai, I will be bothering you with my two subordinates. All the Yang family's direct descendants had returned to the central capital, and the family had given them nearly 2 months of preparation time. After selecting their respective blood warrior guardians, the Yang family's inheritance war would soon begin. As the news was announced, the atmosphere in the central capital became tense, the entire Great Han dynasty abuzz with excitement as many of the world's large and small forces marched in the direction of the capital in order to gain some benefits in this huge event. There were even a lot of forces that had already arrived in the central capital and were waiting, hesitating about which young lord they should stand behind. The Yang family's young lords had all been busy contacting the various juniors of the other 7 families, trying their best to recruit more allies. The central capital's 8 great families, thousandth of Fatty, If Yi family and Meng family. Among them, the Kang family, Gao family, Yi family, and Meng family had all formally announced who they would ally with, only the remaining 3 had yet to express their views. The Lu family, needless to say, had acted according to Lu Qingyao's declaration. He would ally with any Yang family young lord who bested him in combat. The Yang family's eldest brother Yang Wei had once gone to challenge him, but the result was unknown. However, since Lu Qingyao still had not made a clear statement about who he would form an alliance with, the result of their battle was fairly obvious. As for the Hua family, the delinquent Hua Xingqian was having fun all day, drinking and partying, showing absolutely no intention to participate in the inheritance war. This was Xing, drinking and partying all day. If the older generations had been allowed to participate in the inheritance war, Hua Zhang would have already made a declaration. Giving his father Hua Zhang a massive headache, young lord, listen to me, since you have a beef with Yang Kai, you should, this fool, there's no saving him. Sigh. Chiu family, Steady Hall, Menger, what are your thoughts on this inheritance war? Although he was the first heir, but regardless of his personal strength or methods, neither was comparable to his half-blooded elder sisters. If anything big happened in the family, father would always consult with elder sister, while I would have tea, sit by and listen to learn from it. According to the intelligence I've gathered, the Yang family seems to have 8 young masters who want to participate in the inheritance war. Besides the 4th eldest Yang Xian Wu, who has already died, from oldest to youngest, their names are Yang Wei, Yang Zhao, Yang Tai, Yang Kong, Yang Shen, Yang Ying, Yang Quan, and Yang Kai. The second brother Yang Zhao and fifth brother Yang Kong are blood-related brothers, while the sixth brother Yang Shen and seventh brother Yang Ying are also blood-related. These two pairs probably won't attack each other until the last possible moment. Instead, they are likely to support one another due to their blood ties. Furthermore, there are 4 people from the remaining 7 families who have already declared their support for one of the young lords. Ming family's Ming Shan Yi has allied with the eldest brother Yang Wei Yi family's Yi Xin Ro has chosen to support the second brother Yang Zhao. Gao family's Gao Rangfeng has allied with the fifth brother Yang Kong. And finally, Kong family's Kong Zhan has declared his support for the seventh brother Yang Ying. The power of the 7 families cannot be ignored, as their support will play a large role in the final result of the inheritance war. Good, because the Yang family is based in the central capital, they have no choice but to deal with the other 7 families. So, from a superficial perspective, Yang Zhao and Yang Kong currently have the edge because both brothers have secured one of the 7 families as a support. In actual fact, this is not the case. Forget about the fact that they are ultimately still rivals. Even if they were one force, I'm afraid that their position in this inheritance war is far from secure. Over the years, for the inheritance war, the participants from the 7 families have never been too strong. The mainstay of the forces they sent out has been members of their younger generation. This is done to avoid breaking the balance and also to avoid causing too many casualties, a kind of unwritten rule. So in addition to the Yang family blood warriors, the 8 great families won't invest any manpower with cultivation greater than Immortal Ascension Boundary 5th stance. Who superficially? Result, the Yang family young lords' personal connections from their outside life experience are the more important factor. Those who made many friends and allies and can draw in support from them will have the advantage. Additionally, most of these young lords' mothers are from first-class families. These families will definitely favor the young lords who share blood ties with them and will send out a substantial amount of support to try to protect them. Father-daughter doesn't know who will be the ultimate victor in this inheritance war, but I do know that the Yang family third brother Yang Tai will be the first one eliminated. Oh, why? Because he doesn't have a single blood warrior protecting him. During his outside life experience, it seems he didn't gain much, thus he didn't have enough merits he could use to exchange with the Yang family for a blood warrior. With no blood warriors guarding him and his personal strength not being outstanding, his future prospects are worrying. I am afraid he will be defeated on the first day. The second one will definitely be the 8th brother Yang Quan. He doesn't have the support of one of the 7 families, and his mother comes from a second-class force, so he cannot count on much support from them. Then, the third? Daughter doesn't know. It's not easy to judge among the rest. 5th brother Yang Kong, 6th brother Yang Shen, 7th brother Yang Ying are all possibilities. Elder sister, the third person to be eliminated is clear. How come elder sister can't see it? Oh? What is little brother's opinion? It's not my opinion, it's just that it is obvious. If you think so, say it. The third person to be eliminated must be the youngest, Yang Kai. Why so? This Yang Kai doesn't have any blood-related siblings to help him, nor does he have an ally among the 7 families. Even if his mother's family seems some people at loss, that is only the help of a single first-class force, nothing to fear. On top of that, he be the youngest among the brothers, almost the same age as me. His personal methods are no doubt lacking, so the third to be eliminated must be him. Does Lord Father think so as well? Yes, I have the same idea as your brother. In addition to the reason your brother has stated, according to the information I've gathered, after his return to the central capital, he has never been seen communicating with any of the 7 families. All of his brothers have at least made some effort to win over their support. The only reason I can think of is that he has no confidence in himself and has simply given up on this time's inheritance war. Father, I must disagree with Father here. On the contrary, intend to have our Chiu family support him instead. Elder sister, are you all right? How could you make such a poor decision? Minger, I know that you are acquainted with Yang Kai and have even traveled together with him for a time, but I have already received a message from Lu Liang about how he acted in the Lu family. Because of the details Lu Liang reported, I am not too optimistic about him. Although winning or losing the inheritance war will have no effect on my Chiu family's foundation, but there will inevitably be some losses along the way. If you want the Chiu family to support him, you'll have to give me a reason to do so, otherwise, it is impossible for me to promise you. A reason? I can't say it clearly, but father, from when I was a child till now, when has my judgment ever disappointed you? What does he have that is worth paying attention to? Beguiling demon queen. This. No, it's nothing. I really can't say, but he is an amazing individual who can often do things which are seemingly impossible, giving people a sense that there is nothing he cannot accomplish. I want to tell father that the beguiling demon queen from the ash-gray cloud evil land had her heart captured by Yang Kai, but you evaluate him so highly? It seems like elder sister has finally met a man she favor. I didn't expect there to be any man in this world who could enter your eyes. I indeed have a good impression of him, however, emotionally, I still feel no sense of attachment to him. That is because whenever I am round him, he always leads me by the nose, making me the passive one. Is that boy really that good? He's indeed quite strong. Love really will make a person stupid. Father, let's not talk about my opinion of him, but rather yours. You've judged that he will be the third one eliminated. But isn't that because of the information you obtained yourself and because of the opinion Lu Liang gave in letter? Not bad. Lu Liang didn't make too many comments in his letter, instead just explaining about what happened during his stay at the Lu family, but even so I can clearly feel Lu Liang's contempt for him from his words. And if all that was simply a disguise? If that's the case, then he hides his depths far too well, even fooling that old fox Lu Liang. In fact, I was still hesitating about whether to tie our Chiu family to him, at least until today, but now I've made up my mind, and I feel even more so that my judgment is not wrong. And why is that? Precisely because of his inaction. When he visited the Lu family, he took no action. After returning to the central capital, he is still sitting back. In the Lu family, he never tried to win over Lu Liang, and even after returning to the central capital he didn't make any overtures to the other 7 families, but I traveled with him for quite some time, so one thing I know for certain is that he's not the kind of person who is content with mediocrity. He is a man of great ambitions, and he either doesn't do something, or does it to the very best of his abilities. He will never give an enemy an opportunity to breathe. His inaction now just goes to show that he is already convinced of his victory. I really don't know where his confidence comes from, but he definitely has it. Elder sister, isn't all this just your own guesses and feelings? You haven't told us anything about what kind of help or means he has. That's right, Minger, you said before that you were hesitating about aligning yourself with him. Do you have any other candidate in mind? Father is still not optimistic about Yang Kai. In addition to Yang Kai, I have 2 other candidates. One is the eldest brother Yang Wei, and the other is the second brother Yang Zhao. Yang Zhao doesn't require any explanation. He himself is a talented and strong individual who is also the current Yang family patriarch's son. His chance for success is high. As for Yang Wei, as the eldest of his brothers and the only mortal ascension boundary of the Yang family younger generation, he also has a decent chance at winning, but now both of them have already secured an ally among the 7 families. If my Chu family were to support one of them, I'm afraid that wouldn't do us much good, and, if we do so, even if they were to win, it won't result in much benefit for our Chiu family. Zruo, what do you think? Father, according to your son's point of view, since we must participate in the inheritance war, then we should find a Yang family young lord who does not already have an ally among the 7 families, so that after we achieve victory, our Chiu family can be the only ones to reap the benefits. My thoughts are that we should ally ourselves with the 6th brother Yang Shen, with his brother, the 7th brother Yang Ying already allied with the Kang family, plus our Chiu family. Such a team would at least be comparable to the Yang Zhao and Yang Kang brothers' alliance. If it was me, I will ally myself with the 6th brother Yang Shen. Good, for this inheritance war, father. Father, for this inheritance war, your daughter requests permission to bring a team to support Yang Kai. Do you insist on this? Yes. Your daughter has never once asked you for anything, but this time I must insist on doing this, therefore, please grant your permission. All right, I will transfer the family's autumn rain hall to you. Many thanks. The Autumn Rain Hall isn't an important division of the Ka family. The number of members it had was small and their individual strengths also isn't great, so my father transferring control of it to her was obviously in preparation the Autumn Rain Hall to be completely sacrificed. If that's how you feel, then I'll let time prove who is right and who is wrong, and just who is more suitable to inherit the Chill family. Go back. Alas, your elder sister. Bamboo Knot Gang headquarters. Are they young master's guards? How will they guard him when they seem like they are on their dying breath? Why would young master bring such people around with him, young master? Over the past few days, with the combined strength of our two factions, we have already annexed two small forces, causing the strength of the Bamboo Knot Gang to soar. We have also collected a lot of materials and money. Young Master Kai, this is an inventory of our gains, everything is recorded within. No need, exchange all these silvers for materials, but the quality must be higher now, everything should be heaven grade and above, the higher the grade the better. In addition, how many other forces in the North City District can be eaten? If Brother Moo's intelligence is accurate, there are still 5 that can be annexed. Good, each of you. Bring one of them, and subdue those 5 forces as quickly as possible. Take them? I didn't speak out loud before for fear that it may harm these 2 men. What could these 2 men do? Do you have a problem? They are unfathomable masters. I didn't even realize that they were this strong. Subordinate doesn't dare. Go. Pew, pew, pew. Take me to your warehouse. Yes. After 10 minutes, well, that was a rewarding experience. Inform Pang Chi to continue to collect materials. When there is enough, have them shipped to War City. War City. A city built by the Yang family specifically to host the Inheritance War, located only 100 kilometers or so from the central capital. Yes. Why did the young lord want to see the warehouse? It seemed like he just walked in and walked out without taking anything. But 3 days later, the Yang family presented offerings to heaven and their ancestors. Chiu family patriarch, Chiu Shou Chang. Yi family patriarch, Yi Kuangren. Hua family patriarch, Hua Zhang. Just like a few decades ago, the Yang family inheritance war was the largest and most lively event in the central capital Ming family patriarch, Ming Shiping. The other 7 families would naturally not miss its commencement, all of the various patriarchs showing up personally. Greetings. Greetings, it has been a long time. That is the Yang family's patriarch, Yang Ing Hao. And those few grand elders, their cultivation is above immortal ascension boundary. Today is the day my Yang family presents offerings to the heavens and worship our ancestors. Many thanks to our honored guests for joining us this day. Please be seated. First, let me explain the rule of the Inheritance War. There is only one rule this time, and that is, there are no rules. The Yang family would only provide blood warriors to the young lords, and these blood warriors would have many restrictions imposed on them for the duration of the Inheritance War. Besides that, the Yang family would not provide any young lord with any direct help. No matter what kind of force or treachery is used, the one who survived until the end would be the winner of the Inheritance War. Do you understand? Yes. Then bow to the heavens, bow to the ancestors. Offering a blood sacrifice to the heavens to worship the ancestors. Good luck, young lords. From this point on, it is either you die or I die. Put your all into it to achieve victory. Go. Pew, pew, pew. Here we are all brothers, but outside the central capital, they were enemies. There would be no mercy. And so, eldest brother will take the lead. Let's go. This old master is going to see the excitement. Good, we'll go together. This old man will also come. No manners at all. Ground, sky. Outside the south gate, which young lord is your great young valet going to follow? Of course it's the sixth young lord, Yang Shin. Don't go, you'll definitely lose. Come with us Flying Cloud Manor to follow the second young lord, Yang Zhao. The second young